looking to put a drive together. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. There he goes left side. He's on his way. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
The game at 7. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
The run straight ahead with Genty. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Blue striker. Beetle blue. Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
50 green.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. Down the left sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one good for 37 yards.
What a 1st quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 52 blue. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bowers. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
4th down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On first down, it's Genty. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Once again, it's Genty. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Texans 7. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
18-yard line.
They run over center with Mitchell. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Offensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Jackson from the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Jackson. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. You look at this Raiders defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
180. Face up. 180. You.
They'll try and throw for it here. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
32. Watch out.
Now they'll audible to something else. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Down. Shot. 17. 52. Blue.
Back to throw. To the left side, pass caught by Thornton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The tight end in motion right. On the draw, here's Genty. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. In motion left, that's Thornton. They'll go again with Genty. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
95. Ready?
Genty is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
43 rails. Ready.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And caught by Thomas for a Raider touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
14 yards. And the Texans first down.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey,
Now Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
No, we take it out. Sit out. You change it. Sit out.
To throw is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Sit out. Hey, middle.
This time Jackson will throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
For the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout is going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
43 rail. Set punt. 10 punt. Snap. Red. Punt.
2nd and 1. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Dante Thornton with career touchdown number 75. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Go.
Right back to Mitchell here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 130 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So they keep the football, but now face second and long. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
You change it. Yo.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Working downfield, he's got Thornton. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Dante Thornton, as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Texans 10. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 22-yard line.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Second
Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Go.
Now it's Jackson. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that is incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
180.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the gun, again to Mitchell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
180.
Jackson now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
180. Sit hot. 180.
Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, that's Hunter. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
To throw again is Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Ricky Pearsall, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A run out of the gun with Genty. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 103 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into his ball game. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the out route, he's got Thornton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Ready.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And some room to roam now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's another Raiders first down.
Down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Looking to throw.
First down.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll get this out to Genty. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. Here.
They'll try to punch it in with Genty. And he fights his way into the... zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders just continue to roll. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Set. Ready. Set.
Touchdown! Dante Thornton taking it in. And the Raiders have got it on cruise control. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing is Jackson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Hey, Alpha, sit on! Sit on! Sit on!
Jackson. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Third quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on Monday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
You change it. Go ahead.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Yo.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10. Back to the ground here. Mitchell. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 146 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better really as the night's gone on.
10 yards.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 23.
Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
Looking to put a drive together.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ashton Genty, 65 yards. And the Raiders extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
56, Texans 24. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Running left, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
There he goes, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Jonathan Brooks,
57 yards.
and the Texans are able to claw one back.
Oh, this is blocked.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, you know, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And the Las Vegas first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
A gain of 12.
Set.
First down.
They'll run on first down. Booth.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Gets past one man. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Yo. No, cut.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fitzpatrick. And a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep.
Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready. Red 38. Hut, hut.
Up the middle, it's Genty. Fighting his way through contact. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
The Raider first down.
Set, ready.
A gain of 13
black.
yards. And the Raider first down.
Blue check. Check, hut.
Now a handoff to Genty. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Muscles him on, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But 4th down now.
It's not. Yep, you.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
so for the Raiders, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.